Good. Good morning again, good afternoon. Kalaluka here. Continuous discussion in supply chain management. This time we're talking about exports. We were talking about exports from open stock. Now, a short discussion about exports for repair and return, exports in bond, as well as exports for replacement. So, let me quickly finish the exports for repair and return, as well as exports for replacement, before I jump into the exports in bonds, because exports in bond are a bit longer process. And let's look at what necessitates the exports for repair and return and exports for replacement. Sometimes our equipment do fail. You're using a forklift, maybe a spare part, a component can no longer work, it needs some repairs. And within the country, there's nobody who is able to perform such repairs. This component already belongs to your country, which means when you send it out of the country for repair to the experts or maybe the brand owners to go and replace it, to go and repair it, when it comes back, it's not a new import. The government is not supposed to charge you import duty on such kind of items. But how do you prove to customs that this just went for repair? Most countries will use what we call a GRC, General Registration Certificate. The most important feature is the serial number. That's why when we talk about exports in bond, I want you to remember this topic, because there are some items with the serial number or where a serial number is possible, like items made of metal, of steel, where you can actually engrave a serial number so that it can easily be identified when it comes back. There are items where you cannot engrave a serial number on it. It's got no say. Things like packaging material, even if you write on it, you can easily change that. So it may not be enough evidence to the authorities that the item that is coming in had gone out of the country for repair or for replacement, and then it's just coming back as a repaired item, you see? So it is very important to start with to identify the goods that we want to send for repair. Take note of the serial numbers so that the authorities are able to identify them at the time when they come back. Similarly, exports for replacement. I ordered a laptop, for example, and then the model that comes is not the model that I had ordered. Then when it comes, I pay import duties for it. And then when I receive it, only to notice that it is a wrong item, I can export it. The customs won't refund me because I've already paid. But I can export it for replacement, which means I can take note of the product that is being exported, marking its serial number, the value and stuff, so that should the supplier replace it with the correct one, the customs will just look at the values that you had paid on the first item and probably either reduce the taxes that need to be paid on the replaced item or make an adjustment in the entries. So you can notice now that both exports for repair and return as well as exports for repair for replacement are slightly shorter topics, because we're just talking about avoiding paying unnecessary taxes for items that we already had, and we still want them. It's only that currently they are not in a working state. So we want somebody to go and work on them or to replace them. Now let's go to exports in bond and what necessitates exports in bond. Thank you very much for listening. As usual, this is Kalaluka. Till next time.